Let's bring you some breaking news. This is on the case of Archie Battersbee. You'll remember this case. The Court of Appeal today denying his family permission to take their case to the United Nations. This is after upholding a decision that was made by the High Court to withdraw life support treatment for the 12-year-old. He's currently being treated at a hospital in London. Archie relying on mechanical ventilation since being admitted to hospital back in April. So the Court of Appeal denying his family permission to take their case to the UN. Let's get more from Sadia Chowdhury, who has been following this case. Sadia, a lot of people will be familiar with this story, but for those who aren't, just remind us of the background and how we got here today.
Well, this has been a very lengthy legal battle already for Archie Battersbee's family, who have been fighting to try and keep treatment ongoing. They've been through 3 steps at the High Court, 2 steps at the Court of Appeal. And as you mentioned, on Monday, they lost that Court of Appeal decision, which went towards the High Court decision last week, which said that treatment could be lawfully withdrawn. Now, the next step, they had several options on the table, including taking it to a European court, but also the United Nations. And I believe they attempted to do that today, and the Court of Appeal has blocked that decision, which means the case now needs to go to the Supreme Court here in Britain before it can get to the United Nations. A bit of background on this: Archie Battersbee, 12-year-old boy, he was found at home with a ligature around his neck by his mother. He was admitted to hospital straight away. This was back in April. And since then, he's relied on mechanical ventilation to breathe. And we've heard in numerous hearings throughout the last few months about the extent of medical intervention that is required to keep Archie going. So things like, even things as minute as administering artificial teardrops, these have to be done, monitoring blood pressure levels, checking his glucose levels, lots of things like that, but particularly the breathing assistance from the ventilator. Now, Barts Health NHS Trust, which is treating Archie, says that this mechanical ventilation can now be withdrawn because it has argued previously that his brain is so severely damaged that there is no chance of recovery. Archie's family say that by withdrawing mechanical ventilation, that act will lead to certain death. They want Archie to be given more time, and they've spoken to us many times about this, about giving him longer, giving him a chance to fight back and to recover. They also crucially point to Articles 10 and 12 of the UN Convention on the Rights of People with Disabilities and Article 6, of the UN Convention on the Rights of Children. These are obligations that the UK is under in international law to ensure the survival of children and to ensure that disabled people share equal rights as everyone else. And they therefore wanted to take this case to the UN because they say that it hasn't been established in British courts. But as you've just said there, that the Supreme Court now needs to be involved because the Court of Appeal in this country has blocked their chances of getting to the UN at this stage.